What's up guys, it's Gameplay Again here, and today we're going to be going over muzzle flashes that I did in my last video, and today we're going to be going over the tutorial on how to make those awesome looking muzzle flashes in your next short or professional film. Okay, so let's start off with the basics. The basics is basically the acting of your character, the muzzle flashes, and then the smoke, and then we'll get into the complex parts of the muzzle flashes later. Alright, so let's start off. Acting. You need your actor basically to do the kickback of the. So say the gun has the recoil, right? Recoil of the gun makes your hand push back. You have to make sure the actor has that pushback, which in these scenes he doesn't. Which I mean, it's fine. You can always do it in post. But I think, to be honest, in this thing the muzzle flashes are so big that you can't really notice. But I think it's pretty fine for right now. I mean, it was like a while ago when I filmed this. But that's for basic acting, and we did not need a flashlight on this set to do the lighting on the character, because we were never planning on making muzzle flashes on this. We were just messing around with the camera. But then I went back, and now whenever I mess around with muzzle flashes, try to make them better, I always do this film because it's a lot of shooting. But I I tried to make some glow on the muzzle flash, which I kind of did, but no one really could notice because the smoke was so big in these shots. But basically acting, kick back, and maybe if you have a flashlight in the dark area, shine it whenever he shoots the gun, so then the light off the muzzle flash, which is apparently there, which it will be there in the final cut. But then you can see that light out, and then it'll convince the audience, oh, that must be real, which it's not, but it looks like it. And then that's basically basics. Acting, muzzle flashes, and then smoke. You need the smoke because quarter by quarter digital and quarter crew. Also go watch them. Anyway, they said basically the smoke gives the power of the gun, because if you don't have the smoke, the gun doesn't really look like it has a lot of power. But make sure to put the smoke there. You can make it high speed or low speed, it's up to you. I kind of put mine just regular speed for this, but it still looks pretty fine. And yeah, that's the basics, and we'll head into the complex stuff in a second. Okay, so complex muzzle flashes in guns, or just gun effects that are complex. So basically what I mean by complex, it's usually like some softwares, editing softwares wouldn't have it, and some will, some won't. Which I'm actually using PowerDirector 16, which is actually not like top-notch editing software, but it's good enough for my short films. But what I mean by complex, I mean like the subtle shakes that usually audience won't see it, but the brain will pick it up and be like, hey, that must be real if there's screen shaking, or like, hey, that must be actually real if there's a little blur. But like, so basically in the shots, some of them I have blurs in them whenever the muzzle flash goes off. That just gives it that extra realism, like, oh, that actually is real. Wow, that's crazy, whatever. Or say it's like an automatic's going off. That's definite to shake the camera. If nothing, the camera isn't shaking after this guy just like unloaded like 7 clips out of an automatic. There's a problem there. So you need to either reshoot the scene with the person shaking the camera, which you'll have to like motion track the gun, whatever. Or you can just do it in post, which it looks fine either way. I think that actually like doing it in real life looks a lot better, but it's up to you. But yeah, complex, like shake of the camera and blur. So blur, let's go into blur. You can do really anything with blur. With the automatic, I actually used like a radial blur, so it kind of just like, it's kind of a different, the rest is just a regular blur. It's kind of like, it's in motion, like the blur's in motion. You can see all of the footage around it kind of being warped outward, which I think that looked fine with the automatic, but with the gun, I couldn't really do that, because that would look kind of weird, because I was like, why is it giving that much blur if it's just a little, like, pistol? So that's why I just did a kind of a regular blur, not too bad, and I make the blur fade out afterwards. I don't make it blur and then just regular footage, that looks kind of weird, so I make it fade out for like a couple frames. But yeah, that's really all about like complex stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next video, and I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and make sure to comment down below if you have any other questions, and Happy New Year, and Merry Christmas. See ya.